Since its inception in 1972, Niman Ranch's commitment to animal welfare, sustainable agriculture, and U.S. family farmers and ranchers has allowed us to gain local and national media exposure. The following clips are some of the most recent highlights.
It's no secret, delicious meals begin with using the highest quality ingredients. With that in mind, our next trip takes us to a small family farm in Iowa to visit with one of Niman Ranch's hog farmers to uncover the secrets to producing the finest tasting meats in the world.
Niman Ranch follows the animal husbandry practices. That means that the pigs are raised outdoors in pastures or in bedded pens. And we don't allow confinement of any kind, no antibiotics, no meat products in the feed, no hormones, that kind of thing. The diet that our pigs have is a vegetarian diet. Niman Ranch farmers have to be owners and be taking care of the animals on a day-to-day basis, which is a little different than absentee factory farm owners. In fact, it's much different.
At Niman Ranch, it's not just enough to produce the best all-natural meat money can buy. It's also about preserving our land, treating animals with care and dignity, and supporting the way of life for rural communities. It's about making the connection to where your food is coming from and the farmers and ranchers who are producing your food. Because after all, isn't that what's important? Enjoying meat that not only tastes good, but also comes from small U.S. family farms which adhere to the most comprehensive standards in the industry for caring for animals and preserving our environment.
It's really important to serve chicken that has never been given antibiotics and pork that's never been given antibiotics or growth hormones and is allowed to be outside and free-ranging. These make for better tasting meats and better for the environment. We think access to sustainably raised food shouldn't be a luxury. It should be an everyday occurrence.
So Steve ELLS, congratulations, really. We need more of you. We need more of you. So where did this idea, or when did you start, or did you start this immediately, the idea of food with a conscience?
At the beginning, it was just about freshness. And I started to get curious about where the food came from. And the first experience that I had was with the pork. I was looking for a new pork supplier. And so I read this article about some farmers up in Iowa under the name Niman Ranch who were raising pigs outdoors or in deeply bedded pens in the winter and never giving them antibiotics or growth hormones. And so I got some samples of this pork, and it was awesome. I mean, it tasted so much better than the stuff I was using.
But didn't it cost you so much more?
It did, but I said, well, what about the other stuff? And they said, well, that's raised in confinement. And so I went and I saw that. I saw what that meant. And it really makes you sad. And I knew that I didn't want my success or the success of Chipotle to be based on that kind of exploitation. So we switched to all of this outdoor raised pork.
If the question is what to serve at a beach barbecue, the answer's got to be hamburgers. But I'm not talking about some weird flavor hamburgers. I'm talking about the classics, but with great ingredients, so the volume's turned up. I'm starting with 2 pounds of ground beef. Not just any ground beef. I use Niman Ranch ground beef.
So this is pork from Niman Ranch, and it is a...
It's a butt. But not from the behind, it's from the shoulder.
From the shoulder.
And it's from Paul Willis's farm in Thornton, Iowa. He was a legendary hog farmer and very important to,
and it is Berkshire pork.
It is Berkshire pork.
So it's fatty, but
it's a crossbreed
succulent.
of Berkshire and others. But
okay.
You just want really well marbled fat throughout the shoulder because it helps during the cooking process.
So good.
The next destination in our search for diner paradise takes us to a San Francisco landmark, Fog City Diner, a true San Francisco treat that takes the American diner experience to a whole new level.
The food is typical diner food, but with a gourmet twist.
Kind of kicked up about 2 or 3 notches.
It's a diner with burgers, but, you know, it's Niman Ranch beef. So that's how it's different.
Okay.
I have with me this beautiful cut of Niman Ranch skirt steak.
Okay.
And Niman Ranch products are awesome. They're all natural. They practice really strict standards of animal husbandry. You can pick it up at your local Whole Foods or natural food store.
And it's a local ranch?
They support small family farms,
Okay.
so many of them across the country.
I'm Jay Swift, chef and owner of 4th and Swift here in Atlanta's Old 4th Ward. Niman Ranch enables us to serve a product that we know is raised in a way that's in keeping with our values. Niman Ranch has done a great job for years now providing sustainably raised, really, really tasty, superior products.
My name's Tom McEachern, and I'm the executive chef at Ray's on the River in Atlanta, Georgia. The great thing about Niman Ranch pork is the marbling. It's wonderful marbling that allows the steak to remain juicy without being tough, and the care that's taken into the product to bring it to us is a wonderful thing for chefs, because we don't have to do so many things to the product. Basically, simple grill, salt and pepper is all you need to reach that flavor profile that you want in the product.
Hi, I'm Mark Strassman. I'm the Managing Director and Corporate Executive Chef for Fred's at Barney's, New York, in Chicago. What I really like about Niman Ranch is really the quality. I like when I trust purveyors. My customers trust me, and therefore I will never let them down. And I think that Niman Ranch is the same way. So we kind of have this common theme and common thread that we're both very proud of our product.
The ethics used in growing the animals are impeccable, and also the way the animals are processed, which is a really big deal, as you know. Niman Ranch and their partners understand that if the animals are not processed well, no matter how well they're grown, they don't end up well at the table. And that's why Niman Ranch has the absolute best meat products in the end. And the Niman animals are the standard that everything else is judged by. I have amazing material to create a menu from that I couldn't do any other way from any company.
I'm John Tarpoff. I'm Vice President of Beef for Niman Ranch. And the bad part of my job is I have to come out in some beautiful country like this to look at cattle and meet with our producer partners that we have.
We're the Hackas. My name's Inez, and this is my husband Elias. We love it out here. We both do. Our grandchildren are just down the field from us, so we get to see them every day. We enjoy them immensely.
I've been in the business since I was 18 years old, and I'm 73 now, so it's 55 years.
Sustainable agriculture is just words within the industry right now, but we at Niman Ranch take it very seriously, where the same ag practices can be practiced for generations without an effect on the environment. Think about that. If the farmer's doing things right, not only will his kids be able to do the same, but his grandkids, his great-grandkids, and so on. You don't use up the land, you don't use up the water. You're very cognizant and cautious about the entire environment, making sure that it can sustain the ag practices that you perform. Here at the Haka Ranch, this is a perfect example. Inez and Elias Haka are 4th generation. Their son Martin and Susan are 5th generation, and their kids, Martin and Susan's kids, are 6th generation. This is what's called sustainable agriculture. What we've tried to do is come up with the most consistent, best tasting meat that you can possibly buy anywhere. Niman Ranch and its network of family farmers produce meat traditionally, humanely, and sustainably to produce the best tasting meat in the world. Great land and great people you can trust.